This is Prep Rally Live
on tape
as we bring you the game of the week. It's brought to you by West, Termite, Pest, and Lawn. Ricky, we appreciate them. They have been our sponsor all season long, all the way through for our game of the week, and we appreciate that sponsorship. So, Ricky, we had a lot of different games we could have picked as the game of the week this week, heading into the final game of the regular season. A lot of big games, a lot of playoff positions, a lot of seeding at stake Friday night.
Championships, who gets to stay home, who gets to go away, all depends on Friday night.
Exactly. Who's going to be on that yellow dog, sometimes 4, 5, 6 hours in the state, the way things are spread out. So big games. But we settled on Lake Hamilton at Greenwood in the 6A West. Now, this is not for the championship. This is for the number 2 seed, but it's big, again, because you want to be home in the first round of the playoffs. So the winner of this game over at Smith Robinson Stadium on Friday night, Lake Hamilton comes in off of a 1-point loss to Benton, to our boy Brad Harris. He can win that conference championship. Yes, sir.
You know what? And
I bet he wore shorts too on Friday night.
Oh, yeah, he loved it.
Absolutely.
The 6A West might have been the best conference this year.
In the state, yes, absolutely.
Between Benton, Lake Hamilton, Greenwood, and Parkview.
And Russellville had a bounce back.
And Russellville had a bounce back.
Yeah.
But this is a kind of a rematch from last year, the 6A West, the state championship game, Lake Hamilton and Greenwood at War Memorial. Greenwood won that game to finish 14-0.
They did.
But Lake Hamilton been ranked a little bit ahead of Greenwood this year. Greenwood's got 3 losses. They've had some injuries. They got some players back. And, man, what a game this is going to be.
It's going to be a great one. So, Ricky, this is big again. The number 2 seed on the line, home playoff game on the line. And so how do you see this one shaking up?
Man, November, Greenwood, they're at home. They're eyeballing playoffs. I got to go with the Bulldog. Greenwood Bulldogs will win this game over the Lake Hamilton Wolves.
Going with Greenwood in this one to lock up that number 2 seed from the 6A West, which would secure them a first-round playoff game at home. Ricky is taking the Greenwood Bulldogs.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to skip back up to the 7A West, where Fayetteville has already locked up the number 1 seed in the 7A West. Now, Ricky, one of us said when the season started, Fayetteville would be the most improved team in 7A. I don't know who it was that said that.
I said it. I repeat it after you said it first.
There you go.
I got to give him credit. Way back in August, he said Fayetteville's going to be the most improved team. You know what? In Fayetteville, what did you say? They're going to lock up a championship for the first time since when?
Since John Kennedy was the president, 1963.
When I was 2 months old.
Yes.
And I remember I voted for Kennedy.
Somehow now I'm older than Rick. I don't know how that happened, but anyway.
It does. But
in dog years, he's 143.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But anyway, congratulations to Fayetteville. I think I got them going deep into the playoffs.
So good for them. But number 2 seed in the 7A West on the line as Bentonville goes to West. Now, Ricky, you know, West and Bentonville, the Bentonville school split a few years ago. I think it's about maybe 4 years ago. My math might be off a little bit. But these 2 teams have had some really, really good games. If you remember, the first year they played, we were over there that night at Tiger Stadium.
Electric night. One of the best nights of high school football I can remember.
Fans lined up 2 hours before the game to get in around the stadium. It was great. You know, unlike a lot of schools that split, you get one team that really is one school way better than the other one for a long time. Bentonville's not that way. Bentonville and West have been really competitive.
But West hadn't beaten them yet.
But West hasn't beaten them, but they've been good games.
Yeah. But you know what? And things had. I think I go back to the spring when Bentonville West went to at home. Bentonville come over there. Bentonville was the favorite. Bentonville West girls won that game. Bentonville West went all the way to the championship. Got the championship where they lost to Fayetteville. But they had a great year. Maybe this is West's year. They got a young team, but they've been getting better and progressively better and better. But man, you got to get a lot better to beat Bentonville.
Well, Rick, here's the thing, and Bentonville was a team that I looked at when the season started and said, okay, if any team is going to break Bryant's stranglehold on the 7A, it's going to be Bentonville this year. They're loaded. A lot of good skill position players, great running back, Josh Ficklin, good quarterback. Well, here's what happened. Bentonville absolutely laid an egg against Conway, and 6 turnovers that game, lost that game.
And that's rare for them.
And that's rare. Fayetteville dominated Bentonville in the second half.
You were there at that
and
game.
I was there for that game, and Fayetteville dominated the game there. And then Bentonville really had to hold off Rogers at the end to win that game. So I guess my thing is, it's time to quit talking about it. It's time for Bentonville to be about it.
You know what? And they've done it before. They've done it before in November, and then you get into December. Bentonville has shown maybe they're probably not as good as they have been years past, but man, you never count out Bentonville, especially when you get in postseason play. I think they use this win. They're going to beat West. They'll use this as a springboard into the first round of playoffs. So I got Bentonville High winning this game.
Now, I know, Rick, that Bentonville wants to win this game, and they want to get that first round bye, but Bentonville has had a little issue coming back from that first round bye the last couple of years. Like maybe they weren't ready or whatever. And last year against Cabot, same thing happened in a game. They were a better team and had a 2-touchdown lead and couldn't close it. So, you know, Bentonville, hey, it's time to quit talking about playoffs, and it's time to get out there and do it.
You know what? I remember going back to when I was in Fort Smith covering Southside. Barry Lunny, when he didn't like the first round bye.
I don't think I would like it either, Rick. I don't as a coach. If I was a coach, I don't think I would like it.
Here's Southside just coming off a win over rival Northside.
Got the momentum.
And they're all got the momentum. And then,
now
you
we're
got a
shutting
week
it down.
off.
Yeah,
now
we're shutting it down. Yeah.
Sitting around eating a mayonnaise sandwich, waiting for everybody to get done.
Rick, you know, you're probably a creature of habit. I know I'm a creature of habit. Football coaches, oh my God, they absolutely are creatures of habit.
Remember one year they wanted to change it to 7:30, and the coaches hated it because, you know, it put them out of rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see where coaches don't like that. But now, it's good if you got a team that's banged up and it gives you a week to kind of heal up. I mean, so that's good. And the reason the bye is there for a reason. It gives the team a break. Okay, I mean, it's built in to help the teams that are good. All right, but I'm just saying, if I were a coach, and especially, you know, let's take a Bentonville West. I'm gonna use them example. Let's say they beat Bentonville Friday night, and oh my God, the momentum they would get from that win, you know, finally beating their crosstown rival. Then they have to shut it down for a week because they got a bye, and that momentum is gone. So if I were in that position, I'd want to keep playing, ride that momentum. But anyway, the bye is good, and that's that's what they fight for and everything. But I don't know that it always works out the way they think it would work out.
But regardless, what Bentonville High Tigers going to win this game. Might be 2 touchdowns or so, but Bentonville win this
2 touchdowns.
Game.
Oh, you're saying 2 touchdowns?
Over West?
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
no doubt.
Clicking down a little bit lower classification. Now, here's one for you, Ricky. Prairie Grove's playing in a big game Friday night with a high seed on the line. You surprised by that?
Absolutely not.
Elkins is coming in to play Prairie Grove in a game where the Elks can get a high seed. Are you surprised by that?
I'm surprised by that.
That's a surprise. Okay.
That's a big surprise.
That's a big surprise.
Elkins, under the first-year coach,
Zach Watson,
from Greenwood.
Yep.
They know what to do in November. They know what to do in December.
He's brought that with him.
Coach Watson has done a great job over in his first year there. They've got a little sophomore running back, Deshaun Chairs. The fastest guy in the field. But, man, you're going to have to be fast coming against Prairie Grove. What did you say?
Here's
what Prairie Grove
Prairie Grove does this. Prairie Grove says, hey, 32.
Yeah.
I'm going to hand it to him.
Yep.
We're going to run behind 75.
Yep,
I'm telling you what we're going to do.
Yep.
Stop it.
Boom. And they knock you back about 5 yards.
Yeah, most teams can't.
But
Prairie Grove boys get off the farm tractor. They go to practice. Then they leave practice, get back on the tractor again, and they throw big bales of hay up on the truck.
That's it right there. Yeah, and you know what? It's a break for them to go out there and play football. Others said it's work and everything. They're sitting in a store somewhere
eating
at
a
home.
moon pie and drinking chocolate milk.
I
got that from Lee Larkin. Thank you, Lee Larkin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Prairie Grove, they're country boy football. They're going to run that wing tee.
Yep.
30, 40 times a game. But every once in a while, when they're coming up, defense coming up, they got a kid named Simrod out there that can catch it and go a long way. So, man, that's another great game to end the regular season here. But, man, I cannot go against the Prairie Grove Tigers. So I got Prairie Grove winning this game.
So that would wrap up the number 2 seed in the 4A1 for Prairie Grove with the win. Of course, an Elkins win would give Elkins the number 2 seed.
Hey, and this ain't the upper classes. They don't have hardly any buys.
They don't need no buys.
They don't need no buys. They're marching Little Rock every week because I love the 3A and 4A. A lot more teams down there. If you get the Little Rock War Memorial Stadium, you've done something in that class.
Absolutely. So, Ricky, of course, we've talked about this a few times. For Prairie Grove and Shiloh Christian, this will be the last year in 4A. Prairie Grove going up because their student enrollment has warranted that they move up. Yeah. Shiloh Christian because they've eclipsed the point total in the equity balance.
Private schools.
Private school. So they've gone up already. Doesn't matter how they do in the playoffs. They can win the state championship, which they will. So they can win a state championship. It doesn't matter. They won the conference championship. That put them over the point barrier, so they're going to go up. And we're talking about next year. We're not talking, when we have a way to go to get there. But how fun is the 5A West going to be next year when you got Shiloh, Prairie Grove, Farmington, Pea Ridge, Harrison, Alma, all in the 5A West. That's going to be fun, but we got a ways to go before we get that. That's going to be fun. But you know what, Rick? The 4A1 is still going to be fun because you're going to have Elkins. I believe Ozark's coming up.
The Hillbillies coming up.
The Hillbillies coming up.
That's right.
So that'll be fun. You got a much improved Gentry program over there.
Yeah,
under Coach Bigham. He's done a great job over there. So the 4A1, nobody's shedding tears at Shiloh and Prairie Grove are leaving. Nobody's crying over that.
No, that's
nobody's crying. Fun. So, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and can't wait to see that. But
that's next year.
That's next year. We got a lot of football left in this year. We're going the final week of the regular season this week. Then we got the playoffs coming up next week. And Ricky, the weather's a little cool outside.
I love it.
Got hoodies are broken out. Maybe have a little trash can fire going on, and you and your guys can get out there and sing a little acapella.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's not go there.
Caramel apple.
Yeah.
Maybe get a little hottie.
Did you go trick or treating, Ricky? Did you go trick or treating?
No, I just sat home and I had my wife go buy a bunch of candy. Nobody showed up.
And then you turned the lights off and all that candy
Yeah,
stays
that's
with you.
it. I got it. I'm set till Christmas.
Some little kid in a ghost costume came and knocked on your door and you said, "Get off my lawn."
Yeah, get it. What are you doing over here? I'll do my flashlight on them.
That's right.
Get on
right. So that's it for this week's edition of Prep Rally Live on Tape. Again, we appreciate West, Termite, Pest, and Lawn for sponsoring our Game of the Week every week. And our Game of the Week this week, Lake Hamilton at Greenwood.
Big game.
You need to get out there and see that one. We'll see you next week.